Hi guys, and welcome to the Community Garden for 2020. My name is Kelsey, and I'll be the coordinator this year. To all new members, I'm excited to get to know you, and to my past members, I'm eager to see you guys again. I can't wait till we get to see each other at the garden soon. For any of you that haven't known, this is my second year at the Community Garden, and I'm excited to be back. I'm also really looking forward to what this season has in store for us, and all the fun things we're going to grow out here. I just wanted to make you guys a short little video to let you have a little orientation to the garden. Normally we do this as an event at the beginning of the season, but unfortunately, due to our current circumstances, we won't be able to. So hopefully this video suffices. Along with this video, in this email you'll find a couple documents. One will be again our COVID rules and regulations. I wanted to make sure those are all out to you guys, and so they're fully known and they've been completely understood. If you have any questions about those, please send them along to me and I'd be happy to answer. I will talk about a little bit about how those things are going to work here at the garden. I also sent along a document where I've put down a list of the activities. Like I said, normally this would be a day's activity where everyone would come out, we'd get together, I'd show you around the garden, and then we all do a job. I put those jobs in a document and I left room for you guys to sign up next to those jobs. I'd really appreciate it if we work together as a team to get the garden opened up, and there's a couple things we need to do. In this video, I'm going to show you around the garden so you have a really good understanding of where you need to go, and I'm also happy to answer any questions. Behind me I have our communal beds, and a couple of our individual beds as well. You've all been assigned your bed now, and you're more than welcome to come up, take a look, and start weeding it, and getting it ready for whatever you're planning to plant. We also have some communal plots, which we'll all take care of together. The first one is over here, the one with already tons of stuff growing in it. On the right-hand side of that plot is our communal garlic. In August, we're going to be able to harvest that, and we planted it back in October. We've also planted a couple carrots that have made it through the winter. But other than that, we'll mostly plant tomatoes on the left-hand side of that. Another big communal plot that we have is the middle back one there. We're planning to plant that with potatoes and corn. To the left of that is our flower bed. We do have an extra special volunteer that comes around to help us with that. Some light weeding may be needed throughout the year and there, but mostly some lovely ladies take care of it. Behind that garden bed, the other standing plot will be our lettuce bed, and that will also be communal. All those areas will need attention, they'll need weeding whenever you're here, and they can have harvesting if you're here as well. So make sure you're always checking those beds out. Our other communal plot is the last one in this row, which we'll get to in a bit. Just to my right over here is our communal compost. And behind that is our squash bed. All of those areas are communal, which means that we'll grow squash as a group. It's a great area with lots of good proteins because it sits right behind that compost. That's also a communal responsibility. We need to make sure that we turn our compost and that we're adding brown and green material. I've also attached a document to this email that will let you know what should be going in and not into your compost. As you can tell, it's not a huge system, and it can't supply everyone's composting, but it can handle a little. Behind me here is our hugelkultur. This year, we're going to grow our peas and beans on it. A hugelkultur is a growing area that starts with a base of wood, and then we put dirt on it. This is also one of our activities on that first document. Here we have another great growing area in the community garden. We have our potato boxes. We start by digging these bad boys out a bit, and then adding on the extra boxes along with dirt as the plants grow up. To the right of those are our herb boxes. These are for all community garden members to take care of and then to enjoy. We have a variety here, and it's great to use them all throughout the season. Lots of beautiful flowers grow all over the garden throughout the course of the summer, and this hallway is one of the great areas for it. But I'd like to draw special attention to my area on the right-hand side. This is an area where we tried to develop a little bit last summer, but it could use some more TLC this summer. There's some great rhubarb growing in there, but for anyone looking to take on a special project, this could be a great one. This is one of my favorite places in the garden. It's where all the beautiful fruit grows, and it's right out front of the RVAC. It's super easy for everyone to come by here and grab any fruit they like during the year, so please feel welcome. This area does see a little bit of gardening and taken care of during the year, but in general it just gives us delicious fruit, and you're more than welcome to it. Now that I've shown you a little bit around the RVAC and the different areas we have here, I'd like to talk a little bit about what you get for being a community garden member and what we kind of expect in the process. So what you get? You've all rented a plot, and you have an individual plot, which is filled with gorgeous organic dirt, which is already there for you. Just come on down, weed it out, turn it over, and feel free to start planting. We do ask that people refrain from planting anything that will be very tall or crawl very far. That's why we have the different plots. So we can put our squash plants in our squash area and our tomato plants in our tomato area. Feel free to talk to me if you need to ask any questions about these. You also have total irrigation in your plots. That's right, your stuff will always be watered. You don't have to worry about coming down here and doing it on a regular basis. It's all timed and set up, so we'll make sure it does get watered. We do have a couple areas that do need a little bit of watering by the pot, but we'll talk about those a little bit further on in the season. You also have access to the shed behind me here, which is filled with different tools. We have a different variety of them that you may need for gardening. Since it is COVID, we also are supplying sanitizer. We have hand sanitizer for Monashees within the shed, and we also have a sanitizer to spray down any equipment you do use. We please ask that you use these. They're here for you guys and for all of our safeties. You're also welcome to bring your own equipment, which might be safer in these times. All members are welcome to access the shed and the tools, but we ask that they always remain at the establishment for both gardens. We also have a scale with it, and once harvesting season becomes more popular, we'll be able to use it. Also in the shed is where we keep the binder, which documents all of the food that we take out of the garden. This is important that we stay on top of our documentation so that we're able to get the grants and the extra funding we need for our community gardens in the future. Please make sure that you weigh and document everything you take out of the garden, even if it's out of your own plots. We do like to make sure that we always keep this door locked. I'll make sure to send everyone the code within an email, but please keep it just within community garden members. Alrighty guys, I just want to show you one of our regular communal plots. Most of you will find your communal plots looking somewhat like this. You may have a little starters already growing that have come back from last season. These pipes that land here are irrigation pipes. Feel free when you're working on the garden bed to move these pipes away so that you can access your soil. When you get to your bed, it will have some mulch on it. Feel free to take that off so you can get down to your soil and give it a good weed. Also feel free to work your soil with some of the equipment we have available for you, and then get in there and plant your stuff. If you need more information on how to actually get a garden started, feel free to reach out and we'll get you connected with some of our garden guru information from the local food initiative. I hope that was a little helpful to show you how our community garden kind of works. I do invite you to go onto that activity list and sign up for something that you'll take on and that you'll open up for us this gardening season. Also, whenever you're here, just feel free to weed. If it's in the ground, if it's in the boxes, if it's the grass coming out of the boxes, it all needs to come out, and it's all of our responsibility to keep this place looking great. As for how things are going to go this summer, I just plan to be flexible. We're going to start with a 5-person limit, and we're just going to try to go from there. So far, we won't assign any one night as our garden night, but we will have an open communication through a Facebook group I'll invite you all to. We'll try to see if that can work and if we can share information that way. And of course, always reach out with any questions you might have. If I don't know the answer, I'll find someone that does. I appreciate you guys being flexible with me, and I'll keep you updated on your email as much as possible. Awesome guys, thanks so much for tuning in and watching this video. I hope it answered your questions. We're gonna have a great summer. It's gonna be a lot of fun, and I can just tell that as things get rolling, it'll feel more and more like a community. Hope to see you all soon.